Hi everybody, hope you're doing good. And today I'm going to be doing a double contest entry for Steve over at All the World's a Stage and Simon at the Pieface channel. And as you can see, I'm doing this live, but I don't expect to get anyone watching this live. I fully expect everyone to be watching this after the fact. The reason why I'm doing it live is because everything's been really busy outside. Ironically, they actually finished doing all the gas works outside our house this week. They've done it, started this week, Monday, and they finished yesterday. So quite ironically, I could have actually filmed these as proper videos instead of doing this, but I thought I'll do it like this because it's just easier. I can do it all in one go. And yeah, anyway, yeah, let's just get straight on with it. Firstly, I'm going to do my entry for Steve's contest. And yeah, for those who know World's a Stage, he's got a really good channel. He shows a lot of 70s rock for the most part. And he's done a lot to support me with my music. He's shown my album a few times and even played it in the background of a couple of his videos, which is really cool. Really supportive guy. And yeah, he's doing this contest just to get a contest out there. I think that was it. He just randomly wanted to do one. It wasn't because of any real occasion. He just wanted to do it just to do it. So yeah, he wanted us to show 3 different acronyms, and that could be a band, a song, or an album. And the first thing that I thought of with this was like an acronym for a band that's not known as a band, you know, like, well, this band, Avenged Sevenfold, because they've got like a nickname which is sort of like an acronym, and that is A7X, that a lot of Avenged Sevenfold fans call them as. But like some people were saying that doesn't count. So I have in the end decided not to go with Avenged Sevenfold, but I wanted to show that as like an example of something that probably wouldn't count. So yeah, my first proper pick is a band that I've seen a couple of people show, but not this album, because this is the only album I've got by this band, and it is SOD, Stormtroopers of Death. Yeah, this album is called Bigger Than the Devil, and it's a really cool parody on the artwork of Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. And yeah, for those who know Stormtroopers of Death, they're like a crossover thrash band formed by the Anthrax members, Charlie Benente and Scott Ian, and Dan Lilker, who was in Anthrax for the first album, I believe, and then he left and made Nuclear Assault. Yeah, this is the only album I have by Stormtroopers of Death. But yeah, really cool crossover thrash. Bit of hardcore in there as well. So yeah, that's my first pick. Second pick is a song. Well, the next 2 picks are songs. Testament, The Legacy, awesome debut album. And on here they have a song, track 5, called, well, its acronym is Kotlod, and that means Curse of the Legions of Death. And that's a really awesome, fast-paced thrash metal song. About, what is it, about 2.5 minutes of just pure, fast, frantic thrash. It's a really cool song. And the next one that came to mind was from this album, another thrash band, Havoc, a bit more of a modern thrash band. This is their album Time Is Up, arguably their best album. And on here, they've got a song called DOA. And that stands for Death on a... That was one of the first Havoc songs I actually heard, and definitely got me into this album. So that's all my picks. And oh, we have got somebody. All right, man. First from that Havoc album. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a great album, that one. I definitely would like to pick up more from Havoc because that's the only album I've got by them. But hopefully I'll get some more in the future. And one album that I did want to show is something that Simon actually showed in his entry for this contest, and that that really made me happy because I'm glad that somebody remembered that on my EP Warrior in the Cloud 1, I've got a song called DIE, Desolation in Extremis, and that song was influenced by a lot of the early thrash metal stuff. And not only that, it was also influenced by a lot of thrash metal bands having the acronym song title. So that's just a nice little trivia bit in there for anyone that wanted to know. I basically took that song title as an acronym, as an influence of my thrash past. Ambi, thanks. Thank you. So yeah, that's my entry for Steve's contest. Definitely jump on it if you can. I think the deadline is the 2nd of September, so still quite a few weeks left for people to get on that one. And yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Blue Jam. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like them 2 tracks. That's really, really cool. Yeah, 2 completely different tracks there as well, because DIE is basically like a thrash metal song, and Blue Jam is like some like bluesy 70s rock kind of thing. Cool. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Okay, so next we're gonna go into Simon's contest, and Simon is another guy who is just incredibly supportive, not just for me but for everyone in the VC, especially in the metal side of the VC. The packages, the VCLTs that he sends to people, including myself, it's just incredible. And he comments on everyone's videos and is just really, really supportive of everyone. And he threw this contest together. I've seen lots of people do entries for it, and rightfully so. And what he wants us to do is basically show albums, band names and songs that have got blood or goats on it, which is completely opposite spectrum to what Steve asked us to do. Can't you? No, I didn't use it though. Go back and you'll see that I picked 3 different things, but I just mentioned that as a bit of trivia at the end. But if you hadn't have used it, I would have used it for some shameless self-promotion. Anyway, I'm going to do your contest now, Simon. That's all right, man. That's all right. I mean, I was planning on doing this stream anyway, but it's cool that you could come on and, you know, glad you're feeling a bit better as well. Yeah, just don't think about it and you'll be fine. I'll let you off. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do Simon's contest now. So yeah, he wants us to show Blood and Goats, and I've got 10 albums to show. Quite ironically, I found this quite easy. I wasn't sure how I was going to get on with this, but I've definitely got more blood than I've got goats. I've only got a couple of goats, so I'm going to start with the goats. The first one I've got is this one, Metal Black by Venom, and this is like a later album. I think it's from like 2006, and yeah, Goat. It's not the original black metal album by Venom, which I think is a bit more of a traditional Goat. This one's a bit more of a like artistic, cartoony kind of Goat. But yeah, it's a cool album. I got this in a VCLT, and I mean, it's probably not like essential Venom, but I thought it was pretty cool. There's some pretty good tracks on it. Just checking if there's not anything to do with goats or blood song titles. No, there isn't. But yeah, decent. You're welcome. Yeah, that is true. I definitely found it a lot easier to find the blood than the goats, but as I said, I do have a couple of goats. I'm just gonna have a bit of a drink break. It's getting warm in here already. So yeah, that was the first goat. Second goat, I didn't even need to think about this one because I knew of this one straight away, and that is Iowa by Slipknot. I know this is an alternate album cover, but you can still tell that that is a goat or a ram. Same thing, isn't it? And on the back, actually, there's a better picture of a goat there. So, yeah. One example would have been fine. That's fair enough. Well, I mean, loads of people were showing loads of albums, so I thought I'm just going to pick. Originally, I was going to pick about 5, but then I started finding more and more stuff, and I thought, sod it, I'll just do 10 instead. Nice even number there. The black metal album. Yeah. No, well, see, I think with Venom, they had that original album in 1981 or 2 called Black Metal, but that one is, I wouldn't say it's like a parody of that, but I don't know, I think they must have just gone back to like that old style and thought it'd be a nice play on words to kind of do like a reverse on it. Yeah, it was 82. Okay, that's cool. Is it a goat or a ram? Well, even if it is a ram, it kind of looks like a goat. So anyway, this is a really, really cool album by Slipknot. Not my favorite, but got some good stuff on it. And the last one for the goat, potentially ram, is this one, Job for a Cowboy, their debut album called Genesis. And again, goat or ram, I don't know. Made me question every goat. I know, is it a goat or is it a ram. I think Rams got slightly bigger, like antlers or whatever they're called. I don't know. This is not an animal channel, so I haven't got a clue. But I don't know. Kind of is like a kind of goat thing. So yeah, it's another really cool album. I haven't listened to this one for a while actually, but yeah, bit more in that kind of deathcore-y, death metal-y sort of thing. So yeah, that's me goats. Now I'm gonna move on to the blood. Yeah, that makes sense. Rams probably do have bigger horns, but oh well. Oh dear. Right, let's move on to the blood. Firstly, I'm going to do a couple of band names that have got blood in it. So the first one is Blood Red Throne, and this is Imperial Congregation from 2021. And this is the only album that I've got by this band, and they're a pretty cool band. Yeah, they've got that old school death metal vibe going on, and yeah, I know they got a new album out, which is quite expensive. I've looked on Amazon and it's like 20 quid plus, and I'm thinking, not really sure if I want to pay that for it, but if it's anything like this, then I'm bound to enjoy it because I really like this one. Some good songs on it. And there is actually a song on here called We All Bleed, so it's kind of like a double blood there, kind of. So yeah, that's the first one. Yeah. From that job for a cowboy, I don't really remember that album too well. Honestly I prefer the one after that, Ruination. I think that one's really good. Okay, next one with blood is one that Simon actually sent me. Blood Recruited, and the album is called Disaster Strikes Back. And this is some really cool, like, thrashy death metal. It's pretty much thrash metal, but it's got some death metal vocals, and yeah, some really good stuff on here. Again, I haven't listened to it as much, but I remember listening to this and enjoying it. So yeah, appreciate that one, Simon. £20. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I'm paying that. Change vocalist. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'll have to check it out and see what I think and see if it's actually worthy of £20. Dude, I've not listened to that one. I think that's like an early demo thing, isn't it? I can't quite remember. Okay, next one. The next two I've got blood on the album cover. And first one, of course, I've got to go with Cannibal Corpse because they've got blood on pretty much all of their album covers. But I've gone with Violence Unimagined. Yeah, this is the first Cannibal Corpse album that I properly got into, actually. And this was what started me getting Cannibal Corpse a lot more. I just like the thrashy undertone of this whole album. Yeah, and there is a song on here called Follow the Blood as well. So another double blood here. Roger isn't too keen on the vocals. Yeah, I know. Roger's incredibly picky when it comes to stuff like that. he didn't like the black metal vocals. All right, Kim. Yeah. Although she'll probably eat the dentist. Okay, next one is Ill Disposed. I don't know how to say the album title. I think it's like 1-800 Vindication, and it's got some blood going on in this section. I don't know what the hell's going on with this dude, but he's not having a good time there. Whatever he's doing, he's not having a good time. But this is a brilliant album. Dave from Cavernous Carnage sent me this back in February or March. And yeah, I think this is a great album. That sort of In Flames style of melodic death metal. Yeah, really liked it. Okay, and the last three I've got blood in the album title. And the first one, I'm going with one that Simon sent me, Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death. Really, really awesome album. Very thrashy, bit more thrashy than I was expecting it being. You got that little bit of like the black metal Viking-y thing that they went on to do later. But for the most part, I'd say this is a thrash metal, like 85% thrash metal on here. With the black metal vocal style. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah. Really want to get Under the Sign of the Black Mark because I really, really like that one as well. I suppose really good. Yeah. Yeah, I really, really like them. I've only listened to that album so far. There's still quite a lot of albums to get through. I know they've done about 13 albums or something. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, really cool band. I definitely would like to listen to some more of their stuff. Okay, 2 more to go, and then that's cool. Yeah, it's a cool album. I haven't actually listened to it for a while, so I better listen to that again. Okay, so penultimate one that I've got is Slayer, World Painted Blood. And again, it's got a little bit of blood on it as well. Yeah, really, really good later Slayer album. I'd say this and Christ Illusion are probably my 2 favorites from their later period. Even though, to be honest, the only Slayer album I don't enjoy is Diablos Musica. All the others I do enjoy. But yeah, this one and Christ Illusion I think are just a cut above everything else that they've done, say, since Divine Intervention. Yeah, Christ Illusion's one that I actually need to get as well. So hopefully I might be able to get that at some point. And last one to finish off is Obituaries Inked in Blood. And again, it's got some blood on it. And yeah, this album is probably not their best album. I think they've done better than this, but it's definitely not a bad album. The first half of the album I always really, really enjoyed. The second half is kind of a bit hit and miss. There's some really good songs. I really love the last song, Paralyzed with Fear. That's a good one. And obviously there's a song on here. You got the title track, but then you've also got a song called Out of Blood as well. And I don't think you'll be able to see that because that is really, 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 really dark. I can barely see it myself, to be honest. So yeah, that's my last one for Simon's contest. Definitely jump on both of these if you can. I think Simon's contest is running until the end of September, I believe, or sometime in September. So yeah, plenty of time to get on both of these contests. Yeah, some really great prizes to be won. Obviously, I'm not doing it for the prizes. I'm just doing it to support both Steve and Simon, just as like a, just to give something back to them for all the support that they've given me in the past, basically. So to round it off, although one of their albums. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's not brilliant, but it's not crap, if that makes sense. A lot of their albums are pretty decent though. They haven't really. I mean, I've not listened to all of their stuff, but from what I've heard so far, I don't think they've made a properly bad album in their whole career. And that one that they put out last year, The Dying of Everything, is absolutely brilliant, that album. But yeah, I'll probably leave it there. I didn't want this video to go on too long. And we've been going nearly 27 minutes, so I think that's enough. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video to support both the guys. Check out their channels. I've left links in the description so you can check them both out. Check out their contest videos as well. And yeah, hopefully more people will be able to join the contests. And yeah, if you massive thanks to everyone who's popped in and joined live. Really appreciate that. Especially Simon. Best of luck in the draw. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully more people will join in. And yeah, watch this after the fact. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, keep it metal. Now I've got to switch it off.